Hello everyone, my name is Jene, and for those of you that are new to my channel, a big howdy and welcome to my YouTube family. For those of you that are just stopping by, I hope you'll consider hitting that subscribe button, hitting that notification bell, and for all of you that are returning, what's up? I hope you're all doing very well, and in today's video I'm going to be kitting up this amazing painting that I'm going to be doing for the Magical Dream event. This is the kickoff video, and I'm hosting this event with Vivian, aka Diamonds Around You. Guys, if you have not checked her out, please go down to the description, click on that link to her channel and check her out. She is dynamite, and I just am so honored to have her as a co-host with me in this event. So again, check her out, guys. You'll love her. With that being said, let's get to it. Okay, so a couple of things I'm going to be showing you that I do to get myself prepared for any type of canvas that I'm going to be doing. These are the steps that I take to get myself focused, prepared, and organized. If you're a new diamond painter or a new creator, one of the most important things to have is a journal. And the reason why I say that this is really important is, especially if you're a YouTube creator, is because the journal is going to help you keep yourself, your kit, and reference all of that information organized and ready to go in your journal. So when I do a full post review, I always reference what I've written down in my journal. It's so important to keep it. As I said, it keeps you organized, it keeps you focused, and not only does it keep you organized, but it keeps your diamond paintings organized, or any craft that you do. So journal is really, really important. So usually what I do is I will put a thumbnail down. And that's, of course, if the painting includes a thumbnail. So we're going to start right here. And I usually put the thumbnail here and put all the information basically in this part of the section of the journal. While I'm working on the project, I'll start jotting down information down below. And if I have to use a second page, that second page is right next to that. So with that being said, with a snap, this is how my journal will look in the beginning. So again, the thumbnail is here, the start and the finish. So I'll put my start date here because I don't keep track of the hours that I put in on the painting, but I do keep track of my start time, my finish time, the name of the painting, Etrange, and it is licensed artwork by Shoe. The painting size is 90 by 60 centimeters. It is a full round, so I always put an R or an S for squares or SP for specials, and then 52 colors, 4 ABs, and 2 special drills, which are crystals. That is how I started out. And then, as I said before, the rest of this page, and if I need this page, will be information based on my experience with the painting. So good stuff, bad stuff. But the nice thing about this journal too, it also helps me because, as most of you know, I am the co-owner of Capture by Radiance, and I'm the one that works with the designer. This information will also help me go back to the designer and say, can we do any type of improvements here, here, and here? I really like what you did here. Can we do that again with this painting? That's the reason why I keep a journal. That is my journal. And we're just going to close that up and put it off to the side. And I do create a toolbox, but it's technically not a box. So it's a big, gigantic diamond painting tray. I do not use this with my drills. Believe me, guys, I have tried to use this with my drills. It is clunky, it's too big, and heaven forbid, it is messy when it comes to trying to put your drills back in their containers. So if you have one of these and you are able to use it and manipulate it and put your drills back, I am envious because I can't do it with this tray. It's just too big. So I use it for my toolbox. What do I have in my toolbox? I have a washi tape dispensary. If you guys are interested in finding out about this, I'll have it down below in the description. I got this from an Etsy store here in Canada, and I love it. So again, this is a washi tape dispensary. It's got my roll of washi tape there. I have 2 wax caddies. I don't use wax, I use putty. And this is my favorite putty. It's got an amazing smell to it. But I love the fact that this putty works so good. And it doesn't stick to your drill area. Yay! I have used a number of different putties, and this is my favorite. And the reason for that is because it works well and it doesn't stick to my drill area. Yay! Okay, the next thing I have is my DMC codes. And this is going to go on my storage container system and or Ziploc bag, depending on which one I decide to use. I have a cover minder, a pair of scissors, 5 diamond painting pins, a pin, my slice, and 2 heavy duty tweezers. One is pointy and one is blunt. Also in my toolbox, although I can't fit it in here, put that back, is my diamond painting pin holder. I love this thing. I got this again off of Etsy, and I will put that information down below if you're interested. This really helps keep my pins organized, and I always have 5 to 6 pins loaded and ready to go. So that is my toolbox. I have my trays ready to go. I always have 2 trays here. I love these trays. Again, another great Etsy find, and these are called excuse me, hinge trays. So the stopper actually is a hinge, and it just swings off to the side, and you just dump your drills back in, and then you just go like that, and voila. So love these 2 trays. I'm stalking her because she hasn't been posting anything lately, and I really want to get a couple more of these. So I've been stalking her on that. Actually, I sent her a message and she hasn't gotten back to me. I'm like, really? Are you going to be doing this again? So that is my toolbox. I'm just going to put this off to the side for now. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to prepare my drills. There are 52 colors, 4 ABs, and 2 crystals in this kit. And I'm so looking forward to doing this because look at the color palette in this kit. Just amazing, beautiful, bright colors, and I can't wait to start it. So with that being said, one of the things that I'm going to do, I do apologize for the noise, so here we go. I'll try to keep the noise down to the bare minimum. Get into this bag. And I want to organize all of my drills before I decide on what type of storage system am I going to use. There we go. There's the colors. So with this, I am going to pause the camera and get them all organized, and I will be. All of the drills are now in order. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to determine if I'm going to work out of Ziploc bags or if I'm going to do storage containers. I don't mind working out of Ziploc bags on a smaller kit, but because this is a big kit and I have a tendency of losing color, which I don't know why, I'm going to go ahead with a storage container system. I have lots of different systems that I can choose from, but the one system that I like to work with the most is the Harbor Freight. So I do have 2 Harbor Freight boxes here. And with that being said, oops, I'm just going to move some stuff around. We are going to take all of these drills and magically move them right over. So let's get to it. And as you can see, all of the colors are in their respective boxes here. And I do want to point out that I needed 52 boxes, and unfortunately Harbor Freight only has 24 little boxes in each box. So that meant the ABs are on top of here, as you can see. Alongside here are all of the extra drills that couldn't fit into the Harbor Freight. So I just put them off to the side. That way I don't lose them, because I do have a tendency of doing that. We're going to put these down. The next thing is going to be preparing your canvas. This canvas is a short length canvas. It's very nice and velvety in the back, or felt in the back, I should say. It is scalloped edge, which will help keep from fraying. And because it's poured glue, you can roll it the opposite direction. So let's go ahead and roll this back. And what I'm starting to think about is, am I going to be using parchment paper? Will I be using release papers? Will I be using my slice and just working out in sections? Sorry. A lot of reasons why I think about this stuff is because I want to make sure that if I'm going to be working on this canvas and I'm not taking breaks from it, I would go more towards parchment paper. But because I am working on a few other whips, I don't want to put parchment paper on this, because if you leave parchment paper long term, it causes some issues. So if you do use parchment paper and you're working on that project on a daily basis, putting parchment paper down isn't going to be an issue. But if you walk away from your canvas for a long period of time, parchment paper isn't going to be the best option. So then you have release papers, or you can section off with washi tape and use your slice tool and cut the sections out. With that, I'm going to be using both slice and release papers. So let's go ahead and show you this image. It's gorgeous, guys. If you haven't seen it, it is beautiful. And I'm going to post Grace from Grace-gbmaltese video down below in the description. She actually has this completed in, oh wow, did it ever turn out fabulous. This painting is called Etrange, and I'm not 100% sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's very difficult to pronounce. Believe me, I've sat in front of my computer listening to the pronunciation through Google Translate. I just couldn't get it, but at least I'm trying. This painting is a 60 by 90. It's a full round. This does not come in squares, and the reason why is it has 52 colors, 4 ABs, and 2 crystals. So the reason why it doesn't come in squares is because this kit has crystals in it, and our manufacturer does not have square crystals for kits. That's why we only had it in rounds. You have 2 schematics, one here and one down here. What makes Capture by Radiance just a little bit unique is that lower right hand schematic is flipped upside down. And the purpose of that is for those of us that work on our canvases sideways and upside down. Therefore, we get to see that schematic upside right. It doesn't matter which angle you're working on. You will always see a schematic upside right. And that was one of the things that I had the biggest beef about when I was doing any type of diamond paintings is, why can't we make one of these schematics upside down? It would make it so much easier on our necks, believe me. What I've decided to do is I'm going to be using release papers and my slice to section out parts of the painting as I go. And the reason for that is it's going to be a lot easier for me when I decide to put this painting off to the side so I can work on my other projects, that this painting will always be protected. Again, if you're one that uses parchment paper, that's great, because I use it as well. But I don't like to put parchment paper on any type of adhesive long term. So that is why I've decided to do that. What I normally do when I put down release papers and or section out, I wait until I start the kit. So you're not going to see me do that. What I am going to show you is how I'm going to customize this painting and add a little bit more flair to it. So I'm going to turn it around so I can actually see it upside right. Oh. And what I'm looking for is areas that I want to highlight a little bit more so that it pops and gives it a little bit more flair to it. One of the areas that I really want to highlight is the stars. And I know that the white AB is the check mark, and white AB is sprinkled all over the place, but it's also sprinkled into these stars. But I want to be able to put crystals in those stars as well. So I'm going to be swapping out the J, which is 3756. I'm going to be swapping that out. I'm also going to highlight the princess's hat and her outfit. And I'm going to highlight the swans here and here and up in here. And I'm also going to highlight the castle that's up through here, as well as the horse. Again, I'm just going to be adding crystals in those areas. I'm not going to be using it in the entire canvas because you don't want to overdo it, but you just want to be able to bring certain parts of that canvas and make it pop. So when I do the full post review, I will go over all the areas that I've highlighted and I will tell you exactly what I use. So if you have this kit and you want to know exactly how I customized it, I can give you all that information. Just reach out to me by email and I will give you the information on what I did. And I would reach out to Tina Burney from Diamond Painting with Sparklers and she can help you out with that as well. With that being said, guys, I'm just going to turn this around again. I'm so sorry I keep moving it around, but this way you guys get to see it upright. It's a big painting. Oh, jeez. There it is. This is, again, Etrange, and I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. The artist is Shu. It's a 60 by 90 full round, 52 colors, 4 ABs, 2 crystals, plus more. And this is the project I'll be working on in the Magical Dream event. I can't wait to see everyone's paintings. It's going to be awesome. If you haven't joined the group and you want to participate in the event, all that information will be down below in the description. Again, thank you so much for spending some time with me today, and I'm going to end with, always remember to stay safe, stay healthy, and always stay happy. Again, my name's Jene. Thank you for spending some time with me, and we'll talk next week. Bye, guys.